Nigerian masses are saying, don't bother us with the national anthem because we are not interested, and don't bother us because that is not our priority. We can't learn whatever the national anthem that was over 50 years ago. So it is not our business. It is the business of the National Assembly and the president. Let them learn it. Your take on this?
Okay, thank you for having me, Chikoze. It is a shame that the president will come out and openly say that it is his priority that he reverts Nigeria to the colonial masters giving national anthem. It simply shows how primordial and how, what's it called? Syndrome. They call it the syndrome of your oppressors. I can't recall that name now. How is it possible for Tinubu to say that Nigeria must go back to the old national anthem for us to move forward? A national anthem that openly describes our differences, a national anthem that is tribal, because the name tribal is being mentioned, the differences is being mentioned, emphasized. Are we not striving towards a united nation? I think it is right for the elders to say that we have no business with all this. We sincerely have no business with it. And I think this issue of national anthem is to just divert our attention. Because the economy is not in any way in good shape or in good state. So Tinubu changing the national anthem now is only using a diversionary tactics to take people's mind away from the economy. So that people should be debating about the national anthem instead of debating about the national economy. So for me as a person, I don't see any reason why we have to go back. I don't think at my age I am ready to learn any new national anthem. In fact, my son of 7 years old that is already singing the Arise of Compatriot, I don't think he's ready to learn Nigeria we healthy. Look at it, Nigeria we healthy. Do you know what healthy means? Twale, twale. It simply means that our president is a twale president. That is what he wants. Everybody should be saying twale. Doesn't make any sense. It is not presidential. It is not nationalistic. It is not, it is not even prestigious. So I still cannot find a rationale why we have to go back to an anthem that openly describes our differences. It simply means if you and I are singing that thing together, when we get to that place that no tribes and tongues made, that means I could look at it and say, oh, but you will not be my brother. You be Igbo, be Yoruba. But in brotherhood, it doesn't in any way foster unity. If you want to foster unity, that differences must be taken away. As simple as that. If we were supposed to have an anthem like this, the first thing he should have done is ensure we go back to our regional governance first. When everybody is now in charge of his region, then you cannot say we can go back to those tribes and tongues, because by that we know that in my land I am controlling what? My resources. But as it stands today, you are saying that those tribes are tongues made, but the center is still controlling the resources of an Igbo man. The center is still controlling the resources of a Yoruba man. Doesn't make any sense.
And those tribes are being silenced, of course, are not given opportunity to express themselves and their culture.
The most severe region is the South. The Ijaws, the Bayelsans, the Deltans, the Focados, oil rigs. These are places that are oil, and they don't have a place in the federal government. These are people that have been denied good governance. But you just went ahead to go and bring a national anthem that will once again be ringing the bell of our diversity, yet you have not given everybody what belongs to him. Isn't that what you should do? First thing first, what you should do is everybody take what belongs to you. Afterwards, oh yeah, this is the song we'll be singing. Though tribes and tongues may be far. When we were singing that song, we were still in regional governments. It was 1970 something that Obasanjo brought it, because we now went back to unitary system and the center was commanding the resources under the ground. irrespective of the state it is found. So for me, I don't think Tinubu thought about this. Whoever advised him, I think he advised him, and I think they are senseless, because this song will just further push us into what we call ethnic bigotry. It's as simple as that. My son now will not be singing this song, and then he will come and ask me, Daddy, what does it mean by no tribes and tongues may differ? Then I started, some people are Igbo, some are Hausa, but let us learn to live together. Then my son will grow up and say, you are Igbo job. You cannot take that away from the human, endeavors. It's almost impossible. What this president should do is let us go back to our normal arise or compatriots, or you yourself, you the federal government, cede your power. I don't think Tinubu will want to be less. Yes, I don't think Tinubu will be less. He would want to be less powerful. I think he wants to be in charge of the resources. That is why he is the petroleum minister. Because
I can't imagine that.
because if he wants to actually return back to the old national anthem, then he should sign an executive order that all resources to go back to the what? To the states, to the region, and then let the National Assembly fight you. It's as simple as that. But you are not passing an executive order, but you can, within how many days was that national anthem passed? I think within 3 days. Then we saw how they did it. Those National Assembly are just nothing but dumb heads. Akpabio seems to be the most dullard national president I've ever seen. Very dull. He lacks knowledge. He lacks intelligence. He's a dummy. So for me, it's just a rubber stamp. This national anthem would further trip Nigeria into chaos. And if I'm not mistaken, in the near future, this is another war or civil war might loom. Because when my son is reciting this national anthem on the assembly every morning, he is being reminded that we are not the same. So if any issue happens and people start taking side, what do you think will happen? If my brother, my child fights an Igbo boy and his fellow Igbo boy sides him, what do you think will happen? He will remember, those times, that's it. The subconsciousness of tribalism was erased with our arise of compatriots.
And yet it had never worked.
Yes, but then, to an extent, it was not written in our face that we were different. Even in our national sport now, it simply means when they are reciting the anthem, they know that their tribes and tongues differ. In the Nigerian army, they know, hey, Igbo man, hey, no. That's what it means. It simply shows that an Igbo soldier who is working with Nigerian army, when he is singing that song, no tribe, no, now book it in my back. Make you no go fire me, okay, go stay front. That is what it means. Because the new national anthem now will now be instigating people's feeling. People will now be conscious. Na true. Igbo man no dey stay for Hausa man back. No, na true. Hausa man no dey stay for. You start seeing chaos. Start building up.